Hello, hello. I'm the official narrator. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today, we're looking at Tyrunt and Tyrantrum. We finally got that T-Rex Pokemon, guys. And you know what? I got some high expectations because I've already got a few ideas written down. We got quite a bit of comment suggestions. The spreadsheet has some, so let's go through this and see what the internet has to offer. I do not have a problem with Yoshi. I like the idea of Yoshi. Yoshi is something I would use. I don't know if I would use it for Tyrantrum, but I mean, I like Yoshi. Okay, hold the fuck up, because I wanted to Google this and stuff because I was curious about this. And he's like, "Who's anyone gets the reference?" I'm like, I gotta know what this is. And like, I was seeing stuff like oil. I'm like, is this a joke about how like dinosaurs turned into oil or some shit? And the fact that there's this. That's hilarious to me, but I do think 100% that is a much better choice on Aurorus than Tyrantrum for very obvious reasons. But if this is the joke, I support that joke. Just maybe put it on the thing that's literally, the other fossil Pokemon that looks exactly like that. I don't know how the fuck he fucked that up, but I like it. We'll acknowledge this one just because it's there. I don't think it's a good nickname. It should be obvious it's not a good nickname. It's literally the kind of name a 6-year-old comes up with. But hey, if you want to, either be confused with a 6-year-old or go for Jurassic Park, flip the coin and let's see if it favors you. Going on just roasting this because we're hitting that stupid stereotype. I don't care if that's the name of it in Mother 3. It's a bad name. Mother 3 should have done better and given it a good name, but instead they went with Dragon, but without the end. 10 out of 10 creativity, guys. I also have a fire Pokemon named Fire, an electric type called Electri, a flying type called Full. We've seen plenty of Godzilla stuff in the past before. It's only fair to give Godzilla himself his little time in the sun. I mean, it's fitting, it's fine. I don't really have anything else extra to say about it. Draco, those are both terrible. Ideally, I'm not gonna lie, I actually forgot that Tyrantrum was a dragon type for a minute until I started reading this post, remembering, oh yeah, everyone gives dragon types the worst nicknames ever. So, bad. Rampage I at least kind of like, because that's in reference to the Rampage video game series, and like, that's kind of fine on its own. Okay, well, acknowledge Grimlock for Transformers. I don't know much about Transformers. We've seen Transformers in the past, so just there for the sake of it. So you guys wanna go through some Tumblr idiot shit? Now, this one got me thinking for starters. First of all, T-Rex, credit a close friend. Surprised you have any friends, honestly. But here's and I remember this when the comment suggestions were being posted. Something about T-Rex feeling very familiar. And feeling like, oh, I had seen this before. This was in some relation to the Tumblr idiot. And I checked back, and it was because in the Rampardos episode, Chaotix suggested T-Rex as opposed to Rector, which, if you pay attention here to the date, this came after this, meaning he did this one first. He could have done T-Rex a second time for Rampardos, but instead chose Rector. So Chaotix suggested it instead of Rector, but the Tumblr idiot couldn't figure out, hey, maybe this one's a little bit better. Now, do I care for it as a nickname? Not really, but it's better than Rector, which was pretty much the whole point. And then Jawbreaker, Chomper's fucking dumb, Jawsome, Jawbreaker and Jawsome we've seen in the past before. They're not exactly interesting. Jawbreaker's okay, I guess. Jawsome is like trying really hard to be funny and not being funny. Tina Rexa? Okay. And Rexis. Rexis. Wow. I feel like actually reading this stuff takes seconds off my life. Probably it's totaled up to a year as of this point. Fossil. Don't even fucking try. Fuck it. That bird. That tree. Fuck it. Why even bother putting in any effort into anything at all, ever? Way to go. Stoneworks, that's dumb. Relics, well, I know I've seen that in the past before. In relation to him, I'm pretty sure. That's still bad. Nothing on here, as usual, is worth anything. it's also fun to just point out this little extra little typo here where he put a second bullet even though he didn't mean to. Just because I can make fun of him for anything and everything, because nothing he does is right ever at all. Okay, going through these though, Carnage is fine as a nickname. I believe that's what I use for Absol. I think that's what I have for my Absol. I mean, it's just a word, you know. It means destruction and pandemonium and chaos and all that stuff. That also is, you know, a cool Spider-Man villain. And Jurassic should be an obvious one that I'm actually kind of surprised it took this long to see. But, you know, that's always associated as a time period with dinosaurs and usually associated with the T-Rex, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man. I haven't been in school in a long time. So if I'm off, forgive me. And then I kind of just want to acknowledge Tyrantrum, where someone looked at Carnage and then they tried to like make it their own, but they did it in a terrible way. It's like if your 6-year-old brother tried to paint the Mona Lisa and it comes out exactly how you'd expect, and that's what that nickname is. Okay, this is one of those instances where, again, I am of the opinion where recommending shiny nicknames is bad. But you gotta admit, Bluetooth is actually pretty fucking clever, and I like that. That's not one you could recommend to... I mean, you could probably find some other Pokemon that would fit Bluetooth. But giving that to Tyrantrum, shiny Tyrantrum, I really like that. I was expecting to see Land Before Time. I've probably been looking past it this whole time. I was unaware. But yeah, Chomper is not exactly interesting as a name in the same way Rexy isn't interesting as a name. So do with that what you will. If you care for it, it's there. But I mean, I think it's bad. Yeah, and I also saw Sharptooth on the Reddit post, and someone said Land Before Time. But the thing was, instead of linking to actual, like, Sharptooth or Land Before Time wiki or whatever, they instead just linked to a photo of their own Tyrantrum. So I was like, cool, I'll just ignore this. I do think Sharptooth is a better name than Chomper, though. And then I'm pretty sure Littlefoot is meant to be more of a... I want to say it's more fitting for Auroras. I don't remember what it looks like, but I'm pretty sure it was a quadruped. I was surprised it took this long to see this one. I actually do remember this, and I mean, yeah. Greymon is the Digimon dinosaur dude. So that would actually be a perfect choice for Tyrantrum if you wanted to do that. Okay, we'll acknowledge Captain Crunch. I'm pretty sure I actually remember this one being from the Feraligatr episode, and we probably haven't seen it too much since. But as Tyrantrum is known for being a bitey Pokemon and has a strong jaw ability, Captain Crunch is a totally fine nickname you could apply to Tyrantrum or whatever other bitey Pokemon you think fits. Okay, we've reached the bottom. I took a tiny look at this, and I'm gonna let you see real quick, how this is organized, and get you just a small look at what I would consider. There's nothing specific Tyrantrum. If I do this, it's just listing the different types of bricks and stuff. So I wouldn't recommend any of those anyway. We can control F this. This is pretty much the only thing for Tyrantrum. It's just this. In other words, I've looked through. We did see a lot, and we did see a lot of good, and I'll be honest, I didn't write them all down, but we saw a lot. So, going over the spreadsheet. First, I suppose Barney should have been obvious, but I mean, other words, I don't know what Wilma is related to, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Comment suggestions. Chomposaurus from Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, I'm giving it off a pass because the name itself, but yeah, in Banjo-Tooie, Chomposaurus, big old long neck dinosaur. But I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't use it, but I mean, I understand it. Rexy, T-Rex, Chomper. All right, well that's all been covered. Already talked about all of that. Greymon we talked about, and I don't know what Rexilius is. So, other nicknames. That was very fast. Now, let me go over the few things I have written down. It's mostly honestly just like things that weren't in this episode. So if you saw something in the episode that you liked, cool. In other words, here are things that weren't in this episode. One that I think my brother should feel ashamed for not thinking of and not using, and he will now be legally required to start using. Uraby. I don't know, that's how we've always pronounced it as kids. Uraby, it could be Urabi, Urabai, I don't know. But that's easy as hell, man. And like with us, for whatever fucking reason, despite what this description says, his joke was that Uraby was a soccer player. So whenever he'd use it to attack, he'd give it this little theme song, and we'd imagine this dinosaur kicking a soccer ball around to kill people. And that's just funny as hell to me. So, perfect choice. And now I do kind of want there to be fan art of Tyrantrum playing soccer, if not Eurobe playing soccer, to finally fulfill this 20-year-old joke from my childhood. It would be the greatest thing ever. I felt like opening all these tabs before going to the next. So next one, Rextro from Ukulele. I'm pretty sure I saw this one in a previous thread, and that was what made me write it down, because I'm just like, I love it. There's not going to be anything else that's going to fit it. So, like, I like that idea. The joke is Rextro 64, so 100% a fan of that. Love that one. Turok, after the video game series about hunting dinosaurs. It's Doom, but dinosaurs. I still need to give it a proper try. I played Turok 3, and I got to a part where it was like Star Fox on the back of a pterodactyl, and I was like, I think I'm done. But I don't think Turok 3 was exactly well received, so still want to try out 1 and 2 someday. But I mean, Turok is going to be associated with dinosaurs, and an easy one for you, so there's that. And the one I personally use, Gamora, after Bayonetta's main infernal demon that she uses. You probably recognize it from her final smash. That's the one you're going to see in her final smash, is this one. It makes an elephant noise, but you know, it's a dinosaur, and that's the one I went with. Again, I'm not sure what it was about, like, Kalos that brought out all the Bayonetta nicknames in me, but for whatever reason, a lot of them applied. So that's what I personally use. And then as far as the ones from this episode that I wrote down, I mean, Greymon's an easy one. I like that one. And then I don't know shit about Grimlock, but I did see it have a bunch of thumbs up on Nick Finder, so I guess a lot of people like that one. But I mean, otherwise, there's lots of dinosaurs out there in the world. T-Rexes are kind of fucking popular, my guy. So if you've got any ideas or suggestions, feel free to put in the comments below. Give a thumbs up to the ones that you think are good. Good? Yes. Be grateful you were born in a time period where you didn't have to worry about getting eaten by a fucking dinosaur, because dinosaurs are big and scary. I think it was the end of Lost World, where like this dude's in a pterodactyl nest, and like the eggs were hatching and he was gonna get fucked up. I think I remember that as a kid, and I feel like that's part of the reason I have a phobia of being eaten. So, you know, shoutouts to all the films and video games about eating people that make me irrationally afraid of the idea of being something's dinner.